What up, what up, what up? It's your homeboy B Watt, and you are now tuned in to another episode of Cancel B Watt. And in this episode, I'm going to be discussing this new Katt Williams and Willie D interview. I just finished watching it, so I'm going to be sharing my thoughts about it with you right now. And just to let you know, I was mostly disappointed with the interview because Willie D, he seemed so unprepared. I mean, Shannon just interviewed this man for 3 hours. Shannon interviewed Katt Williams for 3 hours, and Willie D came on asking some of the same damn questions that Shannon asked again. I'm watching the interview like, bro, did you even watch the first interview? So I was disappointed. And I will admit, this is a self-admitted personal bias, but I feel like I could have done a much better job interviewing Katt Williams than Willie D did. At first, I was like, okay, Willie D is conscious, so maybe they should be able to have some high-level dialogue, but nah. Willie D wants to ask the man why he not friends with some Houston comedian. Willie D got Katt Williams on the show, and he want to ask the man, how did you get into comedy? Katt Williams has probably answered that question, those boring-ass questions, a million times. Fortunately for us, Katt Williams did manage to say something that went over Willie D's head, but not ours, right? Okay, so he was speaking about black spirituality. Essentially, he said, quote unquote, black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. This is some Kanye West rant, level stream of consciousness. So thank you for your services, Willie D, but we're going to take it from here, my brother. Okay, so black people have lost their identity, but our oppressors have not lost our identity. I'm not sure the last time that a black man has spoken this loud. I'm sure that Brother Katt Williams is making Brother Farrakhan very proud right now, all right? First question, what is the actual identity of black people? Second question, how did we lose our identity? Third question, how do they know our identity, but we do not know our identity? Don't you know that ye are gods? It should be obvious to everyone that black people have no idea who we are. We still fresh out slavery, and we haven't even had the time to reconnect with our past before slavery. Black people are lost like the tribe of Shabazz. And let's think about that for a moment. After more than 100 years of quote-unquote freedom, most black people still represent themselves by using the last name of their great-grandparents' owners. This is our reality. And shout out to the Hispanic community. You don't ever see Hispanic people out here with white people last names. They have last names that represent their DNA lineage. They have last names that represent their family history, their tribal affiliations. Asian people have Asian last names. Caucasoid people have Caucasodian names. Black people are the only ones out here with the last names of the people who oppressed us for 400 years, okay? That's because we do not know who we are anymore. Black people have no knowledge of who we were. But let me tell you, black people are the original people. The black man is the original man. The black man and the black woman is made of the original substance. This substance fills, permeates, and penetrates the inner spaces of the five-dimensional reality that we exist in. All beings proceed from us. We are the descendants of the black nation. We have been in a war with our enemy for over 6,000 years. Many black people cannot tell you their great-grandfather's name or his father's name or what either one of them did for a living. We, The American Negroes have no knowledge of self. Us colored people have no knowledge of God. So let's try to make this make sense. We were captured, brought to the North American shores, enslaved for 400 years, and then quote unquote released, only to remain here and be indoctrinated into our oppressors' way of life. All black people in America attended white American schools. Yet these white Americans never thought it was a good idea to teach us who we were. I do not care if you attended Howard University or Meharry University or Harvard University or Yale. You were educated in the white American education system. And they never thought that it was important to teach any black Americans who we were before they thought it was a good idea to steal our identities. Now the second question. How did we lose our identities? And in short, it was stolen from us by our slave masters, and their efforts were funded by those certain people that you can never speak about, but if you know, you know. There has been slavery on the planet before. Before black American slavery, there has been slavery on the planet. But it is known that the black American slavery was the worst ever. Normally, when a group of people get enslaved, they let you work your way out of it, indenture servitude. After you serve the terms of your slavery, your people can get the opportunity to re-ingratiate themselves back into society. But not in America. They did us dirty. They took our identities, cut us off from everything that we were, and removed all hope whatsoever. Honestly, I think that most people on the planet are shocked that we even made it through that shit. But understand this, we did not make it through in one piece. Black America, I don't mind being honest about this and telling us, we are still fucked up from slavery. We are not okay. We haven't even been given a fair opportunity to be equals in our current society. It's still racist in the Deep South. Racism is still alive, and they are no longer even trying to conceal it. And I don't care how much your human resources department keeps trying to tell you that they're being inclusive. Black people are not equal members of society. Even if you're rich, it really doesn't matter your education or how much money you have. But it makes sense when you accept the fact that we, black Americans, are successfully captured slaves. How we want equal rights, and we still got them people last name. We look ridiculous. Now, the last question is, how does our oppressor still know our identity and we do not know our identity? Well, here is a history lesson for you. Black people, like I said, are the original people. We are the original keepers of this planet. We raised Caucasian people up from the Caucasoid Mountains and taught them how to walk upright, not on their hands and feet like primates. We taught them how to bathe and practice good sanitary habits, right? And not throw feces all over each other. We raised them from being scavengers. We raised them up from being barbarians to being humans. Well, not technically. Okay, I hate to be this guy, but in order to be a human, you have to have a hue. A hue is a color. And well, Caucasian people are white. And white is devoid of color. Black is the inclusion of all color. So technically, white people cannot actually be considered humans. Maybe man, but not human. All right. We lifted them up only for them to return the favor by enslaving us and destroying our identities. Where they go, they bring destruction. This is written. So, as always, I'm interested to know what you all think. Don't you know that ye are gods? Has anybody ever taught you that you are a god in human form? Not separate from God, but one with God. Do you understand what I'm saying? Are you awake? Hello? Also, why do you think that white people refuse to tell us who we are? How you gonna enslave people and quote unquote free them and don't properly re-educate them? White people, y'all need to let slavery go. It's over. You all have to go and do your own work now for yourselves. And lastly, shout out to Katt Williams. All right. Y'all should have got me to interview Katt Williams because Willie D, he's a great dude, but he don't got the light like this. All right. Listen, like, subscribe, and tune in again to another episode of Cancel Be Watt.